How do I start these? I always like to...
Hey, it's Alvi again, back at you with another video.
No, absolutely not. Well, hello again to the 3, hopefully by now 4 people watching. We're back with another video, and by we I mean me and my wife. Big deal, huge news. Kayleen gets her own mic.
Yeah.
So if you don't hear from me at all this video, that's why. Anyways, here's what we've been up to for a few hours, really just a few hours. So we did more car camping. I've talked about it a lot in previous videos, and we just have this mattress for our Tesla, and during the day it's our storage. During the night, all this just goes in the front, and well, here's the verdict. What do you think, Kayleen? Comfortable?
It's a pretty good setup.
Pretty good setup.
The mattress is really comfortable, so.
Yeah, we got to our camping spot last night at like 1:30 a.m. So it's nice to be able to get there pretty much at any time and then just hop in the back. And then of course, Tesla, sorry for the Tesla ad, but they have camp mode so you can keep the AC running while you sleep at night. So no matter how cold or how hot it is outside, inside, nice and comfy. So we are at the Gifford Pinchot or Pinchot, I still don't know how to say it, but we're at the Gifford Pinchot forest, and I hope you can hear that. The waterfall just off in the distance. It's Lower Lewis Falls. I've been here like 3 times, and only one of the times I was able to capture kind of decent photos. And on one of the other visits, one of my lenses actually broke, like the back just broke off, and pretty traumatic, but I was able to fix it. So I got to come back here and try and get something decent, but also try and get some type of video for it. And the nice thing about this, nice and not so nice. Nice is how small it is and how few people they allow. Like, there's nobody else here. So those are all parking spots. We are the only people here for now. The not so nice thing is that it's kind of hard to get. You do need a reservation to come here, which can be kind of hard to get. And yeah, what we've had to do in the past is actually get a reservation for one of the spots further up and then had to hike down. But we didn't have to do that this time. Or you could just say to the ranger at the post that you need to use the bathroom. And while you're using the bathroom, you go see the waterfall. But you didn't hear that from me. Let's get our stuff ready.
Let's go.
Actually, before any of that, I want to go through kind of what I'm working here.
With what you're working with?
What I'm working with, yeah. English is not my first language. Sorry about that, guys. Anyways, first and foremost, a poofer. Just kidding, but these are very important. Gets the dust off your lens. Okay, so on the last video we made like 2 months ago, I had this new lens. It's the Sony 16mm GF 1.8 lens, and I got it primarily to be able to do astrophotography. It's nice because the lens isn't so bulbous, so you can actually still put a filter on it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to actually use it here, just because, well, the waterfall's kind of far away. So what I'm probably going to be using more of is probably my favorite lens of all time right now. Well, not of all time, but it's this one, the 100 to 400 G Master lens. And just because I need to be able to zoom in onto the waterfall to get even relatively close, but I brought my usual setup. Here's a 50mm, 35mm right here, and then my 24mm. These are all G Master lenses, and then filter pack, because you know we're working with water. You might want to polarize some of the reflections out of it. Oh, also, this is the lens that broke on me, and so what I travel with now is a little repair kit, because you can just tighten the back right here. So this part of the lens, it just popped off one of the times I was here, and yeah, it was pretty traumatic, not gonna lie. But I just went and got this kit right here to tighten the screws on it if I need to, and I have needed to do that more than once. I did buy this lens new, so that's what we're working with today. And
I was working with an Algae bottle and my pack so I could huckleberry pick, but
there are no berries right now.
My hopes and dreams were crushed this time. We came a few weekends too soon for berries to actually be ready for picking. I'm a little disappointed.
Yeah. On the bright side though, we do know now, don't come so early in July. Because we feel like last year we came.
It's more of end of July to mid, or like beginning August, I think is the best time. So.
Okay. I gotta admit, it's been a while since I strapped this big backpack on, and it doesn't feel as heavy. Maybe I'm getting stronger. I don't know.
Can I leave this?
Yeah, you can leave all that.
It's not gonna close.
Let's go. Okay, and as promised, the waterfall, just 1/8 of a mile, which,
thank goodness.
If you're bad at math, the bigger the second number, the shorter the distance. So 1/8 of a mile is less than 1/4 of a mile, even though 8 is bigger than 4. There you go. There's your math lesson for the day. The trail itself, quite pretty, relatively short and easy, and also free of people for now. On the other side of all this right here, there's a campsite, which I've never been able to get in, and trust me, I haven't tried like that hard, but I have tried several times and just haven't been able to get in on a weekend. Did you find some huckleberries? Okay. So one of the secondary reasons that we wanted to come is because Kayleen likes to pick huckleberries. She made some pretty cool jam last year, and
I want to pick them.
We actually have some.
But I'm afraid to pick these. Should I just eat these ones? There's not really enough around here yet to do that.
Yep, there's one.
Should I just pick it? Or should I let it stay on there longer?
Yeah, I don't know. Try it. Here, I'll have one.
As long as they're deep purple, they should be good. Huckleberries are definitely one of those berries that taste better with sugar added. It's a little more of a tart berry.
Well, it's not. They're not ready yet.
Yeah, none of them are ripe yet. They should be a little bit bigger, and they should be a deeper shade of purple.
When they are in season, you can find just tons of them throughout here.
Mm-hmm. Last time I came, Albie did his own thing, and I just picked huckleberries all day long out here until he was ready to go.
Yep.
People were like, "What are you doing?"
All right. I'm sure that can be picked up by the microphone now, because we're right up on it, the waterfall. I wonder how high the water is right now. It kind of will dictate what we're able to do photography-wise. Basically, I'm walking away from the waterfall so I can find something on the other side of this little fence that'll allow me to look towards the waterfall. And I know that there's a spot because, oh, I think I just found it. Essentially, you want to be able to stand right there so you'll be able to look straight onward to the waterfall behind these trees. And thankfully, no sketchy business needs to be done. You just walk around, and then you can enjoy the show. They even have a nice little bench for you right here. So here's the spot. And here's the preview we've been waiting for. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous right there. You do have a lot of characters in this scene. This waterfall over here, the bigger one, but then this group of smaller waterfalls over here. Only thing I don't like is all these dead trees on the right over there. Try to zoom in. Yeah, all those dead trees right there. Not a big fan, but with a telephoto lens, you can zoom in and you can kind of try and get just like this main part, and then try and get some detailed shots of these guys right here, and then like these guys right here. One thing I will say of this spot, if it's been raining a lot, you definitely don't want to stand here because this ground looks like it can get loose real fast. And that's a pretty steep fall. It feels pretty good right now. It's been kind of dry lately, not that much rain, but yeah, I'm in my happy spot. I have this fear that I'm just gonna slide down because it's a little steep here and I don't have that much grip right here. But anyways, I got the camera set up with the 100-400, and so I'm at 100 millimeters, which is kind of far. Now I'm starting to think it's probably a little too close, so I might have to change to. I'm trying to remember what I shot this with before, so it might be the 50 millimeter, because this will work for the detail shots to pick out each individual waterfall and then get creative with the shutter speed to either drag out the motion or get the texture of the water as it's coming down quickly. So we'll see. The first few minutes is always warming up, so I'll get some photos in and we'll see if any of them turn out any good. Okay, so I think I've got a decent composition to start. I'll show that in a little bit, but essentially I want to show kind of what my settings are. So this top button here, which is usually the video record button, I actually have it set up to switch from manual to autofocus, and you can tell that by the blue marks that appear on my screen that it's going from manual to auto. The blue just helps you focus on like the hard edges. So I go from there. The settings are 48th of a second, I'm gonna go F10. And it's a bright enough day, ISO 100 to get the best quality I can out of this. What I'm gonna do is mess with the shutter speed to see what I like as far as the texture goes. I don't want to go for just like the slowed down blurred water shots entirely. So we'll see what we get.
This was the first shot of the day, and we're just gonna have to call it a warm-up shot. But I can see what I was going for. I was trying to highlight the waterfalls, but it's just a little bit too close to the action. Thankfully, I was able to zoom out a little and get something a little nicer, like this. This photo overall is a better composition in every way. You can see more of the scene, and if I did my job right, your eye should be guided right to that middle waterfall. And it's not just because it's between these two other impressive waterfalls, but because that's where the light is hitting most, making it stand out even more from the other two. Now, while this is definitely still a warm-up shot, I can feel the creativity starting to flow. But will I get a shot that I'm really pleased with? And will my lens break again before I'm done using it? Well, you gotta keep watching.
Kayleen said that earlier in the video, I said that I purchased this lens new. If I did say that, that's a lie. I did buy this lens new. I misspoke. I bought this lens used for a really good deal, and I found out why it was a really good deal like a year later, because yeah, I was here at this spot, I had my tripod set up, and the back right here where you mount the lens to the camera just snapped off. Thankfully, it just needed to be tightened, and so, you know, the little screw set that I always bring with me now because I'm scared. But now here's another thing. This is supposed to be able to rotate so that you can get some, you know, I guess, portrait orientation shots, and it's not turning, which is kind of annoying. I don't know why it's so, it is so tight. Hopefully I figure that out, but yeah. Okay, so because I'm not able to turn this this dial here so that I can turn it into that orientation while it's on the tripod, you know, I'm shooting at 1/5 of a second. It's pretty slow, so any little shake and wobble, it's gonna show up in the image. It's gonna cause blur, and I mean, hey, some people are into that, I guess, but I'm not. I'm trying to capture as much detail as I can. Oh, okay. On the back of this tiny screen, actually looks pretty good. And yeah, just as expected, everything's out of focus. I'll see what I can do. Well, it's not trial, it's a, you know, tool malfunction at this point.
Can you try pulling like this and then turn?
Ah, and I have a little cut on my finger right there, so it makes it even harder to, like, oh, I got it. Okay, so I shouldn't be that tight. It shouldn't, but basically, you can turn the camera from this to, whoa. Again, it's a little malfunction, so that's why it's not going so smooth. But now I can turn the camera, like that. So I can mount this on the tripod, have it facing this, because I have an idea for another photo. And it's probably the most mediocre photo to be on your screen today. Enjoy. If you can see right there, that's kind of the idea. I really like this tree that pops into the frame, but it's not intrusive. And now you get a bigger frame here, and you know, you can see more of the back. Would be lovely if we got like a deer or something in the back over there, but hey, whatever. This is what we're working with. A 1/5 of a second, f20, because it's kind of bright and I don't have a filter big enough for this. I don't even know if I would mess with it. ISO, set it to the lower setting, so ISO 50, and we'll see what we get.
I am here to assist and be moral support. Mostly I like to come and berry pick.
You're here because you're looking for huckleberries, but that didn't work out.
Yeah, I'm here because I was gonna huckleberry pick.
Stop putting you to work.
But there's no huckleberries. We're too early in the season. It needs a couple more weeks for anything to really show.
At least a couple more weeks.
I'd say that at the end of July, early to mid-August is the best time, I think, for the berries, because they're barely with the green buds right now. The little, barely coming in. So he's putting me to work, being a camera woman today.
You do a fine job.
I try. But definitely a very beautiful scene.
She always manages to hijack my video one way or another, so please try to ignore that. This is a photography channel, Kayleen.
It's
a photography channel.
It's a wildlife educational.
It's a photography. I'm the only wildlife around here. Anyways, I switched over to my 35mm lens. That's, you know, pretty standard field of view. I'm trying to capture more of the scene now and a little less of the top of the waterfall, because that sun is really bright on the, that sun is really bright on the top. and it's making that top part just kind of ugly now. It's just too reflective, and I don't really want to deal with polarizer this and all the other filter stuff. So I'm going to bring my view down a little lower, and I'm going to try to not include that far right side from earlier where all the dead trees are. I want to just get the main part, but now I can include a little wider part of the waterfall. Before I was only including like these two sections. So I'm going to set it up. All right, got this set up. Make sure my lens cap is off. Am I right? And yeah, just to reiterate, this top part right here, it's just getting really ugly, nasty. I know in the video it looks really pretty, in person it looks pretty pretty, but when you are so close with a lens and camera, it does not look that pretty. So you want to be able to kind of have the eye for that when you're shooting, because you don't want to get some ugly, like washed out colors like it is when you take a photo on a really high resolution body like this. A7R5, by the way, if you don't know, Sony A7R5. So I know I was saying the whole thing about the glare and stuff, but a little bit of cloud coverage just came in, and most of that ugly glare is actually gone now, and it gave an opportunity for a really nice photo with some vignette. Let me take the shot and show you what I mean. Make sure everything's sharp and in focus. So this is 1/10 of a second at f16, ISO 100, 2-second timer. Take the photo, and boom. So here's the idea. These leaves around here creates a frame around this pool, and it also brings in the highlight of this beautiful waterfall. So you can see here lots of glare. I'll probably put on a polarizer just because it really calls for it now. There is a lot of steam right now coming up in this section right here. It kind of makes the photo look a little less in focus, but it does add some atmospherics to the scene. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey.
So as much as I tried to resist using filters, I just had to for this shot.
Look at the photo, how you can see kind of right through the water, and then you get that really bright spot right down the middle. And I'm going to turn the polarizer, and you see how that bright spot that was there is now gone. So that's what it does. You can use it creatively. Sometimes that reflection is nice. In this case, I don't think it's all that nice. I think it kind of detracts from the image. I think it takes away from the beauty of the waterfall.
So after taking a few bad shots, getting absolutely horrendous sleep, and not the best nutrition, I finally was able to get a shot that I was happy with. This photo is essentially 3 layers. I love how the first layer, the green foliage on the left and the bottom, frame the entire image. You can see that all of the limbs are guiding your eye pointing towards the middle, which leads you to the second layer. The second layer is this pool of water, which you can tell is not so deep at the beginning, but gets much deeper when you can no longer see the ground. And you can see it's clear, beautiful, natural, blue, almost cobalt color. And then finally, the star of the show, the third layer, where you can see that cliff pointing you directly to the collection of waterfalls there in the center. So it's almost like an arch from the bottom, going all the way around and then up to the waterfalls. Photography tends to give you some unexpected life lessons. For example, I tried to resist using a polarizing filter because I knew it would just be extra work. But doing so allowed me to get this really nice shot that I'm really happy with. So the moral of the story is, you end up getting what you work for. And as a bonus, on this trip, my lens did not break, and that's always a good feeling.
I know I said it's probably not a good idea, and it's not. Shooting with something so wide in this area, the 16mm G lens. I'm so excited to use it for astrophotography. I also work full time, so it's hard for me to get out and do it, but I'm really looking forward to using it. It probably doesn't bode well in an area like this. I'm gonna get too much junk in the photo, I think. There's a lot of trees, there's a lot of leaves, a lot of limbs hanging down, the dead trees over in that area over there. I think it's gonna be too much. But because I don't get the opportunity, I have to pick my weekends to be able to do this. I'm gonna do it anyways, take a photo with this lens, and who knows, maybe I'm wrong. I wouldn't mind being wrong if it means I get a good shot. Okay, so I put the 16mm lens on, and yeah, it's pretty wide. It's capturing too much. There's too much going on. I have limbs coming into my frame that aren't really adding anything to the photo, leaves, a bunch of dead trees, but whatever. I'm gonna take the shot anyways. I don't think it's right. And then I'll explain something I learned a long time ago about the difference between painting and photography. 1/5 of a second, f11, ISO 100, and it's got everything in the scene. Here's what it looks like. Actually, doesn't look that bad, but it's not ideal. It
looks dark and mysterious.
It's not me. It's not really what I'm into. I could probably do a little bit of creative work to get it better, and isn't that like the whole point of this, trying to be creative and all that? Okay, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look that bad. If it's such a wide lens and I don't want all of this, what if I got all of this instead? So instead of shooting like this, shoot like that. I don't like how that looks. But whatever, we're gonna do the shot anyways. Yeah, it's just too wide. These two photos, I'll put them up right now, and I'll try to explain kind of why for me it doesn't work, and why Bob Ross, yes, that Bob Ross, might not give the best tips when it comes to photography.
Well, here are the two shots, and as you can see, they are very busy. And although you can see more of what's around the waterfall, you're just too far from the waterfall now, and it's not really adding anything to the image.
So if you're painting and you have a blank canvas, you can put on it whatever you want. A happy little tree, a beautiful mountain and a stream and whatever, right? And nothing that you don't want. In photography, I find that it's actually the complete opposite. You have to put in your frame with the lens that you have only the things that are there and only the things that you want. You have so much more room for error, so many more things that can sneak into your frame. With painting, you add in everything you want. A happy little tree and a happy little rock right there and all that, like Bob Ross says. With photography, it is the complete opposite. It is about removing everything that you don't want in your frame. And if you have a beautiful grand vista, sure, a wide angle lens will work. But for really tight scenes like this one, capture the details, get close to your subject, and really show off of why it's beautiful and what brought you out to it anyways. That's my tip. My calves are starting to hurt because of the decline here, and if you notice, every time I take a photo, I keep my hands around this because yeah, this little section is like going down. Totally safe though, trust me. My mom doesn't watch these anyway, so who cares? Your mom might. This is totally safe. Hope you enjoyed the video. I think I'm gonna cut it here. I can't post as much as I'd like, but that's okay. Life has priorities, and you just gotta take care of yourself and take care of life's priorities. And when I'm able to get in beautiful areas like this, it just makes it that much more special. Anything you'd like to add, Kayleen?
Hopefully the next time I'll get the berries out.
I don't usually say this because it feels really pompous, but like and subscribe, I guess.
If you like our video.
Help me quit my day job. See ya.